Hello and welcome to my channel where we discuss the Power Platform. In today's episode we're going to do something a little bit different, and we are going to decide the Power Platform, we are going to discuss the Power Platform, but actually I'm going to take you through my journey so far and how I've got to being where I am today. So to give a bit of context, I gave a talk recently at STEM Women's Network, and I'm going to share that link below actually. And the purpose of making this video is I really hope to inspire other women out there as well. This is kind of like a virtual CV for me, as you call it. But in particular, I guess I want to give my advice, especially for those younger people and also younger women. And yeah, let's get into it. So the slide you see in front of you right here, it's not actually a slide, it's a Power App. So for those of you who don't know, Power Apps is a way of building applications, and I actually decided to build my actual presentation on the Power App itself. Okay, so what you're seeing here, if I take you through some of the different slides, so I started my career doing something called MORS at the University of Warwick, which stands for Maths, Operational Research, Statistics and Economics. And it was here that I really, I had such a breadth of experience here in terms of the different subjects that I touched on. And as I finished university, like most university graduates, I wasn't entirely sure what I wanted to do, but I knew that I liked stats and I knew that I liked solving problems. And so an opportunity came up to do a grad program at Openreach, and I signed up, and it was great. So I spent 2 years there. While I was at Openreach, I built forecasts, mainly using Excel, so I did build my knowledge there a lot. I also managed a team of 6 analysts at one point, but then I realised that actually what I wanted to do is more analysis, and I wanted to find out how I could take my skills further in that space. I then started at Heathrow Airport, and here is where I discovered the Power Platform. Now the Power Platform, you can see here you've got a couple of different components. So you've got Power BI, Power Apps, Power Automate and Power Virtual Agents. Power BI is the system that we use to build reports. Power Apps is how we interact. And Power Automate is that workflow automation. And PVA, it's quite new. It's kind of that chat box you have on a website where you might have someone talking to you, but it's actually a chat box. And underlying all of that, we have Data Connects and the Common Data Service. So this app that I mentioned, I'm just going to open it up here. I can take you through a few different ways that I've built it, just to give you an introduction into Power Apps. So while that's opening, at Heathrow in particular, actually, my trajectory was very much, if I didn't take on the Power Platform, kind of what I'd been used to, the kind of business analysis and Excel, it wouldn't have helped me exceed in my career. And I guess that's really important, and something to point out is always be willing to move, to change, to grow. So that's one piece of advice. Don't sit in your comfort zone. Okay, so coming back to this application here, just to show you, we have a few different pages. So you saw that I took you through the first page, which is my British Telecom page, and then we've got the Heathrow page, and so on. Just to give you an idea about how certain things are built, this kind of box here has navigation items, and if I do the drop down, you can see the various menu items, and if I click on this box, it will basically say you can navigate to the screen. So that's how some of the formulae are working there. So yeah, that's a very brief look at Power Apps just there. Now that brings me on to my current role as of now. I've had a lot of fun over the last couple of years at Altius. I'm still there, of course, and still hope to be for quite many more years. And it was here that I started really speaking and doing more of the kind of community work. So in particular here, we have the Data Lounge here, so I'm going to link that in the description box below as well, which is Altius's YouTube channel. One of the first talks I did, top right. Some of the team in the middle here. Bottom left is a talk I did at Dynamics Day, and bottom right is the Power Platform World Tour. And by talking at these events, I really expanded my professionalism, expanded my confidence as well. And that led me to be nominated for shortlisted for the Women in IT Awards. So this is the awards ceremony here. And yeah, it was just an incredible experience. And it really it was amazing to be surrounded by so many women. And, you can do it too. Anyone can do it. And that then brings me on to my YouTube channel, which is where we are today. And, the reason I started this is when lockdown happened and when we all were forced to stay inside, I still wanted to grow. I still wanted to do something to showcase my skills and to make sure that I wasn't staying still. And so this YouTube channel was born, and that's where we are today. And, onwards and upwards, I was promoted this year to a senior consultant. Altius has now been bought by Avanade, and I'm really excited for what that journey will bring. So let's think about some key advice. The whole reason I put this together is to inspire someone, not just to talk about myself, or, that was fun too. The power of you. Don't ever forget that you are unique. It's really important that you know that and you embrace that. Always keep learning. So that goes with that saying, don't stay still. Challenge yourself, go outside your comfort zone. Getting yourself a mentor is, invaluable. It's amazing to have someone to speak to bounce ideas off. I believe that the work-life balance is really important. And that underpins the entire slide here. So it says, choose a job you love and you'll never have to work a day in your life. But having said that, of course, it's important to have that balance in your life as well. And I just skimmed over this one. So the power of your online profile, especially in the space that I work in with the Power Platform, it's really important to have that as well. Get feedback often and act on it. Having tangible goals, so things that you can actually measure. Help others and be a team player. This is so important. By helping others, you're actually going to help yourself as well. And another point, exams and accreditations can really help you stand out. Nothing beats on-the-job work. Nothing beats experience, but those exams and accreditations, they are going to make you stand out as well. So just to end this presentation, I wanted to end, why do we need diverse people? Being a woman, being of an ethnic minority, I think it's really important that we acknowledge the fact that women are represented. Ethnic diversities in some areas are underrepresented as well. So why do we need diversity? At firms with diverse leaders, employees reported that they were 60% more likely to see their ideas prototyped, developed, 75% more likely to see their innovations implemented, 70% more likely to have captured new market share in the past year, 40% more likely to have improved market share in the past year. It's so important to have that. And building on that a little bit further, in terms of women, 35% of middle management positions are held by women globally. And yet we're a 50-50 society, which is insane. 27% are VPs or senior management. These numbers just get smaller and smaller. 19% of technology leadership roles are filled by women. And in large companies, men are 4 times more likely to make the move from executive committee to CEO than a woman is, which is just, outstanding. So we're getting there. We're getting there in this society. We're getting there in this world. If we compare where we were 100 years ago, of course we've come some way, but we've still got a long way to go. And so I hope this has inspired someone out there to consider a career in technology, to consider a career in the Power Platform. Thank you so much for listening to me talk.